Hello and welcome to Pearse Park here in the home of Ardra for this closely awaited match between Naomh, the team that probably one of the favourites to win the championship, against Cealla Beaga and the Cealla Beaga, who had a brilliant win last weekend against Ballyshannon. So I'm joined here by Brendan Kilcoyne. Brendan, really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, looking forward to this game tonight, Martin. There's a real element of local rivalry about it, and conditions are pretty good for the game, so they are. The sky is clearing up a bit blue, and we had a lot of rain here. I'd say the pitch might be a bit heavy, but looking forward to a cracking game. Naomh Conaill haven't set the world on fire yet. As you say, Cealla Beaga's impressive last week, so are we going to see more from Naomh Conaill tonight?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Join us at 7:25. We'll be here we'll have the full match on Donegal GA TV. Looking forward to that.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
Donegal and you, Donegal Shaw, Crave Cincher. Welcome everybody here to Pearse Park in Ardra, the home of Ardra GEA, for a big awaited game between the men from Naomh Conaill just down the road and the men up the road from the Cealla Beaga Cealla Beaga. Along with me here tonight on commentary is Brendan Kilcoyne. Brendan, suppose the big news is St Unions are out of the championship, so every team now is looking at a chance of winning this championship, so we're really looking forward to this game tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll send shockwaves, reverberations around the county, so it will, with Unions gone. You know, I can't ever remember Unions in a long time going out at such an early stage in the championship, but congrats to Termon. You know, Unions beat them last week down the Burn Road, and for Termon this week to turn that around in what seemed like a very close game, just following it on the way down here to cover this game, Martin. But as a Unions man, obviously disappointed, but congratulations to Termon, and it certainly does open the championship. We felt, I suppose, discussing it earlier, Martin, that it was a very open championship this year anyway, and that certainly does open the door more, so it does.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll just look at the two teams here. First of all, Naomh Conaill. In goal, Stephen McGrath. Right full back, where number 2, Alton Doherty. Full back, AJ Gallagher. And on the left, Jason Campbell, a very settled full back line. Right half back, Kevin McGettigan. Centre half back, very reliable Anthony Thompson. And left half back, the man of the moment, Finbar Rorty. In the middle of the field is Kieran Gallagher, who's having a very good season to date, and he's joined by Ethan O'Donnell, who's back from Australia. The half forward line, the evergreen Brendan McDyer wears number 10. John O'Malley wears 11, and Oran Doherty 12. Good work on half forward line. Inside is Shane Malone. We're really looking forward to see him here tonight, wearing 13. Charles McGuinness on the edge of the square, and Owen McGettigan. Great to see him back, wearing number 15. The Cealla Beaga and the Cealla Beaga team. In goals, Josh Collier. Right full back, Ben Conneely. Full back, Killian Kildea. And left full back, Niall Carberry. Right half back, Edward McHugh. Centre half back, Owen Ban Gallagher. They're hoping for a big game from Owen Ban today. Left half, Charlie Breslin. Middle of the field is Evan Broderick and Seamus Byrne, who had two big games last week against Erua Ballyshannon. Half forward, Rory Coyler wearing 10. Jack McSharry wears 11, and Oran McGuinness wears 12. Ryan Cunningham 13. The man himself, Q McFadden, wears 14, who just seemed to be doing a fitness test before the match, and 15 is Christopher Mulligan. That's the same team that lined out last week against Erua Ballyshannon. So we look at it, a lot of experience in the Naomh Conaill team with Andy Thompson centre out back, and then you have Charles McGuinness at 14, and you've got AJ Gallagher full back, and and then they have the youth of Finbar Rorty, the runners that they want to get going, and Ethan O'Donnell. So from Cealla Beaga's point of view, they are dependent on the big players, Brendan.
They are certainly, and we watched them last week, Martin. We watched Cealla Beaga against Erua down in Ballyshannon last week, and that spine of the team, Owen Ban, Evan Broderick, Seamus Byrne, Jack McSharry, and of course Big Huey scored 2-4 last week and looked really sharp. Even you commented one with his left foot, Martin, and that's where they'll be looking to these players, but they'll need to get more from their wingmen too, so they will. Looking at Naomh Conaill, they certainly haven't been firing on all cylinders to date in the championship, but we know what they're capable of. They're a strong championship team. Over this last 20 years they've been, along with St Unions, the dominant team in Donegal club football, so we're expecting a bounce back from Naomh Conaill today, but local derbies, you just don't know what's going to happen, and I was impressed with Killybegs last weekend, so be interesting to see what the next hour brings us, Martin.
Yes, here we go. Ryan Walsh from the Bundoran Club is a referee, and he's ready to throw on the ball. Hugh McFadden in the middle of the field with Kieran Goller, and the ball's thrown in, and Kieran Goller tries to get a grip on Hugh McFadden. It breaks that area and it's gone to Jack McSharry. Two players collide in the middle of the field, but the referee says play on. High ball going into the full backline tested, but A.G. Goller covers it really, really well. Brilliant work by A.G. Goller inside with Ryan Cunningham trying to win it, but it's a bad ball out, and it's picked up by Rory Coyler. He plays it back, and the conditions looks to be a wee bit slippery. We just had a bit of a shower beforehand. There's still a Naomh Conaill player down here below. I think it's Finbar Rorty. We know him with that orange boots. He's up on his feet again, holding on to the ball is Seamus Byrne. Seamus Byrne lays it off to Oran McGuinness. He's going right through the centre. There's a chance of the first score of the game, and he hits with the outside of the boot and puts it over the bar. So how important it is to win the throw, and they won the throw, and big battle in that play, they won it, and they've kind of let him go through the middle. And brilliant score by Oran McGuinness.
Brilliant score by Oran McGuinness. It was like the parting of the seas. It seemed to open up for him, and he was just sauntered through the middle and clipped it over with his right foot. Good opening from Killybegs, just to start the kind of wanted Martin.
The referee then was called a timeout on Finbar Rorty. He did get a bang there, and it looks like maybe it's a blood sub on Finbar Rorty. I think that's what it is, and Naomh Conaill are looking to get this player on the far side coming on, and Finbar Rorty goes off just to get a bit of treatment. Max Campbell, which is not a bad sub to have, Brendan.
No, excellent player. Been really impressed with him, and it's the young guns of Naomh Conaill that really impressed me. Max Campbell, Finbar Rorty and Shane Malone to date, so it's certainly not weakening the team bringing on a player like Max Campbell.
Yeah, here we go. Not be long to the lights on here in Ardra. That's great. One of the pitches, in fairness to the club here. Chatting to John McConnell, the chairman, before the match. A bad kick out, and it's by Hugh McFadden. Hugh McFadden sends a chance of a second score, and it looks like, and it's gone. This has gone wide, yes. Gone wide from Ryan Cunningham. Disappointing wide by Ryan Cunningham. Hugh McFadden got the kick out. So bad guy Stephen McGrath, he got it. He didn't know where it was turning, and it fell beside him. And if he just did get it earlier, there was a half goal chance on there, Brendan.
Absolutely, yeah. Big let off from Naomh Conaill. Haven't really settled. Listen, we're only 2 minutes into the game, but opportunity for Ryan Cunningham. Remember, he was listed to start last weekend he didn't start. Martin Gavin Doherty came in for him, so maybe just hasn't got the work in on the field, and that was a poor miss.
The ball's boxed down well in the middle of the field. The man who's got the score, Oran McGuinness. The whole pitch is open in front of him. It's a half goal chance here. He goes. He's still going. Is he going to go for the goal? He goes for the goal, and he puts the ball wide. And that's a big chance of a goal and a point for Oran McGuinness. And I think he was caught in two minds. In fairness to the Naomh Conaill men, they backed off and said, we'll give you the point, but we're going to try not to give you the goal. And I think he got caught in two minds. Maybe he just should have laid it off to Jack McSharry beside him, and he would have maybe hammered into the net.
Yeah, he was in two minds, so he was bearing down on goals. Will I put it over the bar? Will I slip it to one of the inside forwards? Took it on himself, and it went just marginally wide of the left foot. But that's two brilliant opportunities for Killybegs, so it is very early in the game. The kick out came out from Stephen McGrath, and it was just battered back in again, and suddenly Oran McGuinness was all on his own. Stephen McGrath looking at his options here again, and now the referee has penalised him for time.
Yes, time he's going to throw it up. He's going to throw up the ball here. I see it just the ball's going to be thrown up. The ball's going to be thrown up here by the referee, Wayne Walsh. No, it's actually a free in. This is the new rules. It's a free in for Hugh McFadden, and Hugh McFadden has a chance of just tapping this over the bar. So it's been all the Cealla Beaga so far, and here goes Hugh McFadden just come walking up and taps it over the bar. So it's two points to no score, and we've gone 3.5 minutes into this first half. But the kickouts is interesting, Brendan. Naomh Conaill are not getting to grips with the kickouts, and they're not able to get the hands. The Killybegs are just knocking the ball down and picking up the breaks, all the breaks. A lot of big men, as you said before the game, in that midfield area.
They have indeed, yeah, and they've dominated the first 3 minutes. They've dominated 3 or 4 of Stephen McGrath's kickouts, and Stephen looking again to see what his options are here. And again, it's coming down, and it's again Killybegs win it, Martin.
Jack McSharry going long towards that big man, Hugh McSharry. It's going to bounce. Stephen McGrath bounce over the head. It's gone into the back of the net. You could see it from here, Brendan. It was going to bounce. It depended on whether maybe Steve McGrath should have come out in it, but it's that difficult ball because Hugh McFadden was looking as well, and that's a bit of luck for Killybegs. But they probably have been the better side, and they did deserve a goal a minute ago, and so they missed the goal they probably should have scored, and they got the one maybe they shouldn't have scored, Brendan.
Yeah, and you don't see Steve McGrath conceding too many goals, and both of them were preoccupied. Big Huey at the edge of the square, the high ball came in, both the defender and the keeper were preoccupied with Huey and just went over the keeper's head and into the back of the net. Brilliant start for Killybegs. And they've won the kick out again, Martin.
Yeah, they won the kick out again. Seamus Byrne has won the kick out in the middle of the field, and it's gone to Jack McSherry. Here she goes. It's regular stuff going in towards Kieran Anthony Thompson, trying to get back in there. The ball bounces again over the whole lot, but this time bounces into Steve McGrath's hand. They're going to just get possession of the ball, and just John O'Malley back, and he just took a knock, John O'Malley, and here's Anthony Thompson. Just needs a player like Anthony to settle this Naomh Conaill team down, and he's got Oran Doherty here looking for it, and I think he will give it to Oran Doherty. Oran Doherty picks it up, toe to hand, right foot, then left foot as well, toe to hand. He's naturally left foot. Back to the man that's back on the field, Finbar Rorty. He's left footed as well. Finbar taking 1 or 2, 3 solos. They're just trying to settle the game down. Alton Doherty going forward, maybe looking for the ball, but he's still holding on to it. He's going to just play it across to Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher soloing still, holding on to the ball. Very good defensive play by the men from the Fishermen. They're still holding them out. It's with that man again, Doherty. We know he can kick points. We saw it in the Ulster final with the outside of the left boot. They're just going to hold on to the ball and try to work it across to Finbar Rorty on this side of the field. Just Rowan McGettigan got his first touch of the ball there. Played it to Finbar Rorty. Finbar still soloing up, and it's played back to Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher just tapping the ball, holding on to give it to Ethan O'Donnell, his midfield partner. Ethan O'Donnell again looking up. They're looking to try to hit maybe Charles McGuinness inside. They do the same thing as the men from Killybegs, but Kildare is playing in front of Charles McGuinness inside. Here they go again, keeping the ball. Oran Doherty still carrying. Killybegs men are shouting here below us. It's over carrying to Brendan McDowell, left foot again. Another man with a good left foot. There's plenty of points scored with that left foot. Keeping possession, but they're trying to work it. Anthony Thompson going right through the centre. Good ball to Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher's right through. Will he get a chance? He is going to get a chance, and he's kicked it wide. It's a bad wide by Kieran Gallagher. He did everything right, Brendan, only the finish.
Yeah, all the hard work, and again it was their experienced player Anthony Thompson who created the opening for him.
But the ref's actually given a free in, Brendan.
Okay.
Yeah. Just Bradders on the camera there to put us right there with that in there. It's a free in, and Brendan McDowell should knock this over the bar. So fairness to Kieran Gallagher, he's the man that's really taking the fight at this minute from the Naomh Conaill men, and he probably knew himself he was fouled with advantage, so you expect Brendan McDowell to knock this over the bar.
Yeah, Brendy doesn't miss these ones, so he's very proficient with that left foot of his, and takes his time over the bar.
Over the bar. He's at 2 points to 1 now, and we've got 7.5 minutes into this first half, and no lights on yet. We don't need the lights yet. And here we go. And kick out, Joyce Coyler taking the kick out. We know he's a long kick out. Hugh McFadden is coming out a fair bit, but he hasn't come the whole way out. He's out to the side of the field towards Evan Broderick, but Evan Broderick was behind Kieran Gallagher, so that's very hard to do that. Kieran Gallagher did really well in front of his man. Here we go. It's Kevin McGettigan. Right over on the far side. Back to his other wing back. Plays it to the midfielder, Ethan O'Donnell. Ethan O'Donnell gives it back to Finbar Rorty. Finbar again, solo on the left foot. Finbar will give it to John O'Malley. John O'Malley's further. Anthony Thompson, the centre backs, right up in the centre forward position, and John O'Malley in the centre back. Here goes Owen McGettigan. Brilliant play by Owen McGettigan, right through the centre, and kicks a very good score. Oh, it's wide. I thought it looked over the bar from here, but no. The umpire said wide, and there's no complaints. The scoring to date from both teams has been disappointing. That was you expect Owen McGettigan with that over the bar.
Yeah, he showed great composure to get himself into the position, Martin, and drove at the Killybegs rear guard, created that yard of space, and as you say, you expect someone of Owen's capabilities to put that one over, but unfortunately for Owen, it just tailed wide on him.
Killybegs have picked up that ball in the middle of the field, and it's Seamus Ogburn. Seamus Ogburn going right through the centre. He will give it back to Christopher Mulligan. Mr. Mulligan thought about it again. Brilliant tackle by Shea Malone on Christopher. On the other corner forward, Killybegs, Christopher Mulligan, but just the pass back to him was a wee bit on the ground. He was thinking of taking a score. So
I think what's the referee? Has he announced a free here, or is there?
Yes. It's coming out. I think it's been taken back just for a foul.
It must have been a foul
in
there. Yeah, give the advantage. Yeah.
When he bust up.
Yeah.
Jack McSharry comes back. The man has got the goal in this game. Jack McSharry. It's Q McFadden. I guess no, it's not Q McFadden. Sorry, it's Evan Broderick has it now. Evan Broderick cutting inside, just holding on to keeping possession of the ball. They hold on to the ball. They're going to take their time. Seamus Ogburn, his midfield partner. Great tackle by Kevin McGettigan. Seamus Og does hold on to it and he busts away, but he's turned over by Charles McGuinness. Charles McGuinness to Owen McGettigan. There's a bust on here. McGettigan looking for Malone. Shea Malone turns inside. He cuts back. He gives it back to Brendan McDare. Brendan McDare's kick is short. Dropped into the goalkeeper's hands. And Joyce Coyler again working it out. He has the ball in his hands. He's comfortable solo out. He's gonna lay it off to Ben Conaill. Ben Conaill. Toe to hand again. Ben lays inside Owen Ban. The first time we've seen Owen Ban, it's funny, Q McFadden, or one of the men shouted it down here below, they're going to tackle him, and they turned him over, and the ref says it's okay, and this is dangerous now, and it's Shea Malone going right through, he's going, and Shea Malone hits it with the outside of the boot, and he puts it wide again, and that's 3 wides, Brendan tells me here, for Naomh Conaill men, and all easy enough chance for points. Conditions are having a bearing on it, Brendan. You see Owen Ban at him trying to get out of the ball, normally good on the ball, keep the ball, but got 3 right away, 3 Naomh Conaill men winning on it.
Yeah, underfoot conditions, with the amount of rain we've had here in the Donegal in the last number of days has been, is going to have an effect. Apart from that, conditions are perfect. There's no wind, not raining, lovely evening for a game of football, but underfoot conditions are going to be a problem for players.
And as Ethan O'Donnell has the ball, not a great kick out by Joyce Coyler. I think he was looking for his brother Rory Coyler, trying to get the ball to him, but it just didn't work out, and Naomh Conaill turned it again. Still 1-2 to a point here, and we've gone 11 minutes into this first half. The lights are on in Pearse Park. Here goes Finbar Rorty, soloing Finbar Rorty. The ref says it's foul, so Finbar may take a shot. He's a shot for nothing, but Finbar's still going, and the ref's still saying that now he's going to take it back for the free, and that was better. I think what Naomh Conaill are going to have to do is try to take them on like that there, Brendan, try to break the tackle, bust through, because Cealla Beaga, Cealla Beags' defence is good so far.
Yeah, very well set up, so they are, Cealla Beags, as you would expect, defensively making it difficult, but on occasions like that, as you say, Finbar Rory, we've seen him doing it all year for Donegal, breaking tackles, breaking lines and getting into them positions, and he's afforded an opportunity here for it's Owen McGettigan that has the ball.
So there's a chance now. The first score came from a free. They haven't scored from play yet, but they're three wides, Naomh Conaill. But here comes Owen McGettigan, and here he goes and hits it with the right boot, and looks like it's a good kick, and it's gone over the bar by Owen McGettigan. It's great to see Owen back playing. Brilliant to see him back playing, but that's a brilliant score. So it's the goal in it. That's the score. Jack McSharry's goal in it. 1-2, and so far it's. Cealla Beaga started really well, Brendan, and then now Naomh Conaill have come really into the game.
Yeah, and it's opposition kickouts. Teams attacking opposition kickouts, and that seems to be where they're getting a lot of joy now. On that occasion, Cealla Beaga are going to retain it, so they are, Martin. But, if you remember, go back to the first 5 minutes, Stephen McGrath kicked 4 or 5 kickouts. Every one of them are bent back in again, but they're back in possession again of the ball now.
Yeah, and you're right. The kick-outs is so important, as Brendan, as you're saying, to keep possession, because you possession the ball, you control the game, and you can hold on to it for a couple of minutes. And so here we go, and it's Evan Broderick, the men from Cealla Beags carrying through. Evans cutting inside. He sets a ball with the outside, gone wide with the outside of the boot. And I think, did it get a touch? Is it a 45? It is a 45. Actually, it got a touch.
45.
Got a touch. It was a 45. So, is it Q McFadden coming out to take this? No, they're taking up the goalkeeper. Joyce Coyler's coming up from goals. We know he's a brilliant strike. He struck a great ball last week. We were doing the game in Ballyshannon. He struck a great ball. So, this will be an important kick. They haven't scored for a while. The Cealla Beaga.
You'd have to think that he was a decent kicker if he's stopping Huey taking the kicks, because Huey likes to take a lot of these kicks too, doesn't he, Martin?
And that wouldn't be an easy job stopping Huey taking the kick.
No, absolutely not. No, but he struck a brilliant couple of frees last week down in Ballyshannon at the game we were at. So, he's a very proficient kicker. This is straight in front of the goals. Just
here he goes. He takes a look, steps back, and to right in and around the house. To just be entering the underfoot conditions or not, it's not going to make it. It's going wide, and it's funny. I think the underfoot conditions having a bearing on the kicking. You can see that. He didn't seem comfortable, with taking too long a run at it, and he didn't really drive through it like he did, into the one in Ballyshannon the last day. So anyway, here we go. Kick out, Stephen McGrath. Who's going to get possession of the ball here? Finbar Rorty's coming short. He's going to give it to him. No, good covering by Jack McCarr. Cealla Beaga, Kelly Begg's men are not happy with how long it's taken to kick out. Ball breaks in the middle of the field. Who has it? Naomh Conaill men had it. Ethan O'Donnell to Anthony Thompson. Anthony Thompson gives it out to Kevin McGettigan. Kevin McGettigan busting up the left side. Even though he's wearing number 5, he looks like he's playing a lot of his football at left up back. Here they go, and it's Anthony Thompson. He knocked a player down off the ball. He's in for a goal here, Anthony Thompson. He gives it across to Shane Malone, and it's a goal. And Kelly Begg's are not happy that a player was taken down off the ball, but that's good play by Anthony Thompson. He got his man out of the way, and Ryan Walsh is perfect. And again, one possession in the middle of the field, Ethan O'Donnell and Brendan. Very well finished goal. Very unselfish, Anthony Thompson. Brilliantly finished by Shane Malone.
Absolutely, Martin. You mentioned it there, and Ethan O'Donnell win the initial ball in the middle of the park, but it was Anthony Thompson showing the composure once he got inside the Killybegs rear guard and just laid it off to Shane Malone, who again showed composure, took a side step back at the net. Brilliant goal for Naomh Conaill.
A brilliant kick out to Hugh McFadden, and Hugh McFadden won it brilliantly, and he gives it off to Seamus Ogburn. Seamus Ogburn gives it, and that's a bad kick. Is it Ryan Cunningham?
Ryan Cunningham again, yeah. That's a couple of wides that Ryan has had, and again stamped it and kind of rushed it, Martin, as did the shot before that too from just outside the arc, just a bit rushed kind of thing. So need to compose themselves a bit more. That's 3-4 wides, I think, for Killybegs now.
4 for Killybegs and 3 for Naomh Conaill. It's funny, Killybegs front line are staying really in tight on Stephen McGrath's kick out. He goes out to the side of the field, but is it Christopher Mulligan? Yes, Christopher Mulligan wants it on Kevin McGettigan. Christopher Mulligan holding, he's going to carry. Good tackling by Kevin McGettigan. He's still carrying. He lays it off, and it's played brilliantly by Coiler, Rory Coiler, but Naomh Conaill picked it up. Ethan O'Donnell gives off to Shane Malone. Shane Malone back to Ethan O'Donnell. There's a bit of pace here, and this is a chance. Is it Kieran Gallagher? Kieran Gallagher going right through, busting through, still going. Hits it low. Brilliant save. Thought he was going to put the ball over the bar, but he went for the goal, and a brilliant save. Joyce Coiler made a great save there, because it was nearly rolled along the ground, and it's a great save, Brendan, to save it, because again, Naomh Conaill turnover, and they're lethal when they turn over the ball.
They are indeed, and it was a brilliant turnover initially by Kevin McGettigan down here under us, so it was, and they moved the ball at such pace up the field. Ethan O'Donnell running through the middle, and Kieran Gallagher seemed to be standing in an acre of space, no one absolutely near, no defence near him, sauntered through and kind of stabbed at the shot, but as you say, a brilliant save. He had to get down really quick. Josh Coiler on that occasion did really well to just put it outside the post for 45.
Yeah, got down to probably what is his weak side, his left side. Here we go. This man Shane Malone, been very impressed with him so far. He takes a couple of steps back. Here he goes. This is a big kick, a lovely strike. That's a fabulous strike. It hits the post and comes right down, and it's won inside by Killian Kildare, the fullback. And Killian Day's coming out of the ball. He is fouled. He's still coming. Strong man, still busting out with the ball. But a lovely strike by Shane Malone. Just very unlucky to hit the post.
Yeah, lovely, as you say, just sweet. He just made it look so easy, so natural. These players that just kind of clipped the ball, Martin, and was very unlucky on that occasion. But again, credit to the Killybegs fullback, Killian Kildare. He was alert to the ball coming off the post, and they were able to relieve the pressure.
Kevin McGettigan did well to knock the ball down. Here goes Brendan McDyer. Brendan McDyer busting through. He's tried to foul, but he wasn't fouled. It was shot by Oran Doherty. Oran Doherty got right through. Half chance of a goal. Again, well played by Kevin McGettigan for a small man. Got up in the middle of the field and broke the ball down. Brilliantly quick. Worked the ball in, and Oran Doherty finished it well with his left foot. Half goal chance, Brendan.
Half goal chance again, yeah, and Killybegs are beginning to look very open at the back, so they are on occasions like that, Martin. That's 2 or 3 times now that Naomh Conaill have got inside them and created them opportunities, and they've done really well after a shaky opening for Naomh Conaill. They've really asserted control in this game to lead by a point, 1-3 to 1-2, Martin.
Yeah, they're trying to. They weren't able to win the kickouts. They've taken Hugh McFadden out into that area, and they're aiming the kickouts on him. He got a free, won a free. Owen Ban took it quick, but the referee Wayne Walsh said no, and you have to get back to the right spot. So here goes Evan Broadley to Jack McSharry. Jack McSharry is Finbar Rorty right on his toes. Finbar just pushed him down. Finbar seems to be picking up Jack McSharry. He had a big game last week, so Finbar Rorty still marking. Here goes Edmund Killybegs, and it's the right full back, I think it is, isn't it?
Ben Conaill
coming up the field, but he's put the ball wide. And very unlucky, but good movement, and credit the extra player coming up the field, and unfortunately kicked it wide. But
there's a reason. A man always says to me, Martin, that there's a reason you have a number 2 in your back. There's shooters for shooting, and there's a number 2. But on that occasion, got himself in a brilliant position. Did Ben Conaill, really good move, worked the ball through the hands, and unfortunately for Ben, it just tailed off wide. Yeah,
and that ball's broken down, and the Killybegs have it. Marcus Shea always told me the reason he got All-Stars, it didn't matter what his man scored. He would come forward a couple of times and take a look at points, and the All-Stars always picked him as an All-Star. He said that was what I do. If your cornerback come forward, because everybody thinks cornerbacks don't score points. But anyway, here we go with the play. They're working it up to Hugh McFadden, and it's played back to the man got a point area on Oran McGuinness. They're trying to work it through, and he was, the ref's not saying, he looked like he was pushed in the back there going through, but Ryan Walsh says no free given, and I thought from here now, looking at Hugh McFadden's not happy, and Ryan Walsh is not happy with Hugh McFadden.
Yeah, protestations now. Is he going to tick him, or is he going to give him a yellow card? It would be harsh now to give him a yellow card at this stage for that. He is giving him a card, yeah.
He's giving him a yellow card, but I thought now that Hugh McFadden had a point there.
I felt Edward McHugh goes a hand on his back. You normally see them given, just he didn't give it on this occasion. So what's happening now? The ref is bringing it up because of the protestations of Hugh. He's brought it up 50 metres. Yeah. Anyway, we'll carry on with the play. And Kieran Gallagher, I think, has it again. He gives his midfield partner, Ethan O'Donnell. It's 1-3 to 1-2 for the men from Naomh Conaill. They're working it. That's a brilliant effort. It's a fabulous. That Oran Doherty. I was right foot that time. That's why I didn't. I'm sure with him because he was off his right foot that time. Oran Doherty, a brilliant point by Oran Doherty, and that's a big score for the men. The ball taken forward by the referee, and then they worked it up and gives them a 2-point lead. The Killybegs men need to score quickly. They do, yeah. That was brilliant from Oran Doherty. He'd feet like Michael Flatley dancing through the Killybegs defence, in and out, and as you say, over with his right foot. Then really, really good score. 2 in a row from Oran Doherty. He goes, I think it's Ryan Cunningham. Ryan Cunningham holding the ball inside to Hugh McFadden. Hugh McFadden back to Ryan Cunningham. Ryan Cunningham, good ball to Jack McSharry. And brilliant tackle. And the ball's to the back of the net. And that's a brilliant tackle, but it was a brilliant tackle, and the ref had given a free. It's Collier, Rory Collier got the goal, finished the ball to the net. But it's a brilliant tackle by the Naomh Conaill man, and the Ryan Walsh should be given a free advantage. But I thought they needed a point, but a big score at that time, and again, they got possession of the ball from the kick out. In fairness, the goalkeeper got it away quickly, and they worked it up the field. So 2-2 to 1-4 is a 1-point game now in favour of the Killybegs man. Yeah, Johnny Malley wins the kick out. Brilliant kick out, Johnny Malley. Here goes again. This is when it opened up when you were talking about Brendan. And so Oran Doherty gives it to Brendan McDyer. One wing half forward, the other. Brendan McDyer gives it to Owen McGettingham. Brilliantly blocked by the fishermen, and they work it. That's brilliant. Niall Carberry, you can hear them. The Killybegs mentor down below is very happy with Niall Carberry, the cornerback. His dad blocked plenty of ball in this day. Ball into Hugh McFadden. It is very slippy. Down he goes to pick it up. He has it. He looks like he's fouled, but Naomh Conaill are looking for steps. No steps, no nothing. Neither team got a free. And it's gone up to the number 7, Charlie Breslin. It's the ball inside and over the bar, and that's another brilliant score. Again, very well worked. When Hugh McFadden gets the ball, they come 3 or 4 Naomh Conaill men on him, Brendan, and it's a good thing to do. It does leave space for other players. Certainly, yeah, and Hughie did really well there. The initial ball hopped off him. Chris Mulligan couldn't win it, but he was Hughie's strength and was able to win it. And then he had the vision to spot a player totally unmarked on the right hand side, played the ball to him, and a really good score for Charlie Breslin. Brilliant response from Killybegs. He goes out and broken down the middle of the field, and the men from Killybegs, that man after getting the point has the ball again. Charlie Breslin, he's going to hold on to possession to Owen Ban. Here goes Owen Ban, he's looking for his county teammate Hugh McFadden. Hugh McFadden turns back inside. This is brilliant movement by the men from Killybegs. That looked like steps, but the ref was given a free in, and he's taking it back for a free in, and it's well done. I think it's Edward McHugh again. Edward McHugh making incisions. The 2 wing backs are the 2 people that really have taken the game, and Hugh McFadden's good time. Brilliant ball by Owen Ban inside. And an easy tap over, you think, for Hugh McFadden, Brendan? Yeah, and we spoke about the strength, Martin, before the game of the spine of that Killybegs team, but it's the other players that are really standing up. Edward McHugh, Charles Breslin, Rory Coyler, Oran McGuinness have all had a big impact here and so on they have in the first half for Killybegs, and you have to give great credit to Killybegs after that period where they conceded 1-4 without reply. They've come back and scored 1-1, and this will make it 2-1. Hughie will put this over the bar, you would imagine. Yeah, here he goes. Gone 24 minutes just in, and QE hammers it over the bar, and again the kick outs is a big one. We keep saying
And this last while they've turned over Stephen McGrath's kickouts, the Cealla Beaga men, and makes the difference. And so it's a 3-point game, 2-4 to 1-4. And Stephen McGrath again is looking for Shea Malone, seems to be free out there. Can he hit him? He's going to hit it in that generator. Here we go. There are 2 Naomh Conaill men and one Cealla Beaga man, but the Naomh Conaill men do really, really well. I think it's Ethan O'Donnell did really well there. He's very good in the air. He's not big, but he's very good in the air. He gives it to his midfield partner, Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher busting through. His father was a brilliant midfielder back in the day too. He's very like him. Going his back to Oran Doherty, that man again on that nice left foot of his. This time he's put the ball wide. So be disappointed there, but seems that Ethan Donald's the best player for that Naomh Conaill to try to hit with the kickouts. He's the one player that's won in them.
He's a fantastic footballer, Martin, so he is, you know, and yes, he's been on his travels the last couple of years, but shows you the commitment of him to come home to play the championship with Naomh Conaill, and he is without doubt a classy footballer.
Yeah, to hear the crowd here is a battle between Jack McSharry and Finbar Rorty. Brilliant tackle by Finbar Rorty. He won the ball, and Jack McSharry was a bit over the top, and he's not booking him, Ryan. I think that's sensible refereeing by Ryan Wiles not to book him. And it's that man Ethan O'Donnell now to take the kick. But a brilliant turnover, brilliantly by Finbar Rorty. Ethan O'Donnell gives it to Anthony Thompson. Anthony Thompson had experience waiting on Ethan O'Donnell to move, but Anthony gives it to Ethan O'Donnell. Goes, cuts inside. He's been fouled, and the ref has given him the free, so he can take it. He take a shot for nothing, which he does, which he's right to do. And the ball's back, and Brendan McDyer will take this kick. 25.5 minutes we see on the scoreboard on the far side. 3-point game. So Brendan McDyer, and now he's going to book Jack McSharry, for that tackle, and for that tackle he's giving him a yellow card now. He's saying that's the second one. So Jack McSharry picks up a yellow card, and Brendan McDyer is linesman telling him where exactly to take the free. So he's going to kick it back, take it to Finbar Rorty. One left footer to another, back to Finbar Rorty. Finbar, as you know, easy to know with the orange boots. Here goes Finbar. Gives inside to John O'Malley. John O'Malley's going to have a shot from there. That's a dangerous ball because it could go in. It's in the back of the net.
Shea
Malone got his fist to it and knocked into the back of the net. I said it right away. We were right behind it, Brendan. It was a dangerous ball, and he was going for a point, and that's the one that can end up in the back of the net. So we had interesting goals. We've had 4 goals in this game, Brendan. A lot of them have been very interesting.
We're like goal magnets. We had a rake of goals last weekend down Ballyshannon too, Martin. That was, as you say, the ball went in, speculative ball into the edge of the square, and that's where you're seeing a lot of the goals coming from in this year's championship. Speculative balls in, are balls that are shots for points, dropping short and getting a touch on it. But you have to give huge credit to the young lad Shea Malone to be smart enough and to be aware enough to be on the end of that and just get the slightest touch in it to direct it into the net. 2-4 to 2-4. We've an exciting game in our hands, Martin.
He's a good player, Shea Malone. You can see it in him, you know, when he's not out of his depth anywhere there, and he's really doing well. Here goes Oran Doherty. He's in for another goal. Oh, and he kicks it. I think he's gone over the bar. Has it? Yes, gone over the bar. But again, Oran Doherty's a chance. Ball turned over again. I know it's a greasy ball, but I think Naomh Conaill or Cealla Beaga, what they need to do is hit Q McFadden, go along with the kickouts. That's the one that's working for them. Hit Q McFadden, because they were turned over twice now with the last 2 kickouts, Brendan. But they're going out. He's gone out the other side of the middle. A great ball out the middle of the field. Oran McGuinness, does he hold on to it? He got his touch to it. Might be enough to give it to his wing forward. And he doesn't pick it up. And here goes Ethan O'Donnell again. Rory Coyler just didn't pick it up. He gives Anthony Thompson. Anthony Thompson, there's a 1-point game. Anthony Thompson looking up. People shouting into Brendan McDyer. Brendan McDyer just keeping possession. Brendan McDyer back to Ethan O'Donnell, who's had a very good first half. On to John O'Malley. John O'Malley, they're going to keep possession. They're going to work it from one end of the field to the other. They're just keeping. John O'Malley gives it out to Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty, he's going to go. Finbar's going to go. Christopher Mulligan trying to stay with him. Finbar turning inside, still on the left foot. Here goes Finbar. And he kicks it, and it's not a great kick at the end by Finbar. Probably tired with all the run he did, but Joyce Coyler got the ball. But this is where they're in trouble. Cealla Beaga, but Owen Band as well gives it to Christopher Mulligan. Christopher Mulligan going to turn, and he does turn. The Conaill men feel he was, or the Cealla Beaga men feel he fouled, but it won't foul. Kieran got into Kevin McGettigan, and Kevin McGettigan kicks it over the bar. It's right foot. Again, right down below us, this right side of the Naomh Conaill attack, that's 3 times they've turned the Killybegs men over, and 3 times they've got 3 points out of it.
Yeah, it's brilliant pressure. The 3 or 4 men pushing in on the Killybegs guy and possession on the ball. It was Chris Mulligan, and got the turnover, worked the ball into Kevin McGettigan, and he showed his Jude Gill from that angle to be able to put her over the bar. Really good score from Naomh Conaill, who has got the last 3 scores: goal from Shane Malone, Oran Doherty point, Kevin McGettigan point, to assert control in the game again.
Yeah, it's a 2-point game now, 2-4 to 2-6. That time they aimed the ball for Hugh McFadden, and they won a free out on that side. And I think they're going to have to look at doing that. If they look at the stats at half time, is where they're really winning the ball when they kick it out to Hugh McFadden. Here's Owen Ban Gallagher going at his county teammate Finbar Rorty. Still Owen Ban. He plays inside Oran McGuinness. Oran McGuinness, that's short, and to Stephen McGrath's hands. Stephen McGrath picks it up, going to work it out. John O'Malley, the man closest to him, brilliant ball. Stephen McGrath to Oran Doherty. Another player's had a good first half, and he's going to go long. There's another fabulous pass and to Owen McGettigan. And Owen McGettigan, that's the score of the match today. I know we've had goals and everything else. That is a couple of great foot passes. We don't probably see enough of foot passing in Donegal football. A couple of fabulous foot passes. And you know, when you play a forward, inside forward, you love that ball that Oran Doherty given to Owen McGettigan there.
Yeah, and as soon as Oran Doherty got the ball out in that wing, you could see Owen McGettigan make the run across the field. There was acres of space to kick it into, and as you say, absolutely fantastic score. Brilliantly finished by Owen McGettigan, 2-7 to 2-4, Martin.
2-7, 2-4, and they changed the kick out again. They didn't aim it to the other side. Here goes Owen McGettigan again, turning, he's still turning, left foot. Ball across to Brendan McDyer. Lovely kick by Brendan McDyer over the bar, and again, that man Ethan O'Donnell knocking the ball down in the middle of the field. He's a big addition for the men from Naomh Conaill to have him back, Brendan.
He certainly is, yeah. We're seeing a lot better from Naomh Conaill tonight. You know, yes, they've conceded 2-4, but putting 2-8 on the board is pretty impressive, Martin. And again, they've responded to them scoring bursts by Killybegs by kicking the last 1-4. Since the 24th minute, they've kicked 1-4 in response to that goal and couple of points that Killybegs got at that stage of the game. And that stage, it was the evergreen Brendan McDyer left foot putting it over the bar.
Yeah, and again, Hugh McFadden won the kick out brilliantly, but brilliantly turned over by Kevin McGettigan. And here goes Brendan McDyer again, and Brendan again, lovely score. Glenty's people over on the far side, the Naomh Conaill people were right behind it. Fabulous score. Again, Brendan, that's his 3rd point of the game, Brendan tells me here. But Kevin McGettigan did really well to win that ball, to turn it over and won that ball and give it up. And again, Killybegs have been punished big time with turnovers, aren't they, Brendan?
They are indeed, yeah. We've seen those on a couple of the last occasions, but Kevin McGettigan, a tenacious defender who really gets something on the ball all the time, and he's always involved in play, well able to get up the field and kick a score, but brilliant turnover from that occasion, Martin, and again finished brilliantly by Brendan McDyer. Yeah,
Anthony Thompson just took a knock off the ball, and people are not happy. The rain's coming down here. Ryan Walsh has stopped the game now, and we've gone nearly 32 minutes in, so he's just stopped the game, and it's going to be just Anthony Thompson. This will be interesting. Will this be a yellow card or will it be a black card? Because it was probably late on Anthony Thompson, and he's just holding up. Just can't see the players. Is it Seamus O'Byrne, maybe the player?
I think it is Seamus O'G. Yeah, I think you're right, Martin.
A bit away from it here.
Seems to go to yellow card.
Yeah, it is Seamus O'G. Picked up a yellow. That's Seamus O'G with a yellow, and Hugh McFadden with a yellow, and Jack McSherry with a yellow.
That's right. Yeah.
And they're big players, you know, and they have to watch themselves now, really, and especially in the conditions. Free kick. John O'Malley kicks it back. Finbar Rorty has a right foot. Finbar kicks it with his right foot to that man Ethan O'Donnell. How many times have we mentioned him today? Ethan O'Donnell going up the field. They're just checking the Conaill men to make sure they've 3 back. But here goes Oran Doherty. Burning Edward McHugh up that side, but held on to possession. That's back to, I think it's Ethan. And Ethan says, right, I've made a lot of scores today. I'm going to have a go myself for a score, but the ball goes wide. So, very interesting first half. Killybegs got the goal, the bounce ball into the net and settled them, and then Naomh Conaill came back really, really well, and Naomh Conaill have got the two finished goals brilliantly finished to the net, and I think Ethan O'Donnell's the player really to me. He has controlled. Hugh McFadden has done a lot of work for Killybegs that day, but Ethan O'Donnell's had a very, very, very good solid first half. Look at Naomh Conaill. Took them a while to settle, Brendan, but when they settled, they have been impressive, considering it's not easy conditions.
It's not, no, and we've just another shower coming down here on the stroke of half time. Watching Hughie coming off here, he doesn't look very comfortable with his scoring. But what we've seen is kind of scoring bursts from both teams, Martin. 1-2, Killybegs 1-2 up in the first 4 minutes. Then you have the replies from Naomh Conaill with Brendan McDyer, O'Megedigan, that Shane Malone goal created by Anthony Thompson, Oran Doherty, a couple of scorers who's been really prominent for Naomh Conaill too, I feel. Then you have the goal and a couple of points from Killybegs to put them back in front 2-4 to 1-4. But since then, it's been all Naomh Conaill, and they've kicked 1-5 without reply since the 26th minute, the 31st minute of the first half, Martin, and playing some really, really good football. You mentioned Ethan O'Donnell in the middle of the field, a standout player, looks real classy on the ball. We know that. We've watched him down through the years. We know the class he possesses, and he's really displaying it out there today.
Yeah, another player we have to name is young lad Shane Malone. It's the first time I've seen him play, and you'd be very, very impressed considering just everything else. The way finished the goal, had that instinct to throw his fist at the ball so quickly. Some other players might go to catch it, to put it into the back of the net, the goal, and tapped away the other goal very, very well. So it's a big addition for the Conaill men. Just see Kieran Thompson going down below us here in crutches,
Sad.
And it's tough. But he's carried this team a long time, and suppose they'll be doing it for him as well. And hopefully, we'll see him back next year.
And he's the player at clutch moments, Martin. Kieran Thompson down through the years has been kicking them scores for them. But you're right about Shane Malone. He's a pure class footballer, so he is. And even the way he struck that 45 that hit the upright, he's so much ability in him. He has pace, he's accuracy, he's smart, obviously around the goal. So he's going to be a big player for Naomh Conaill going forward.
Yeah, so listen, we'll get a cup of tea because the rain's coming down here. Brad is looking at us saying, will you just dry up and stop talking and let all you get a cup of tea, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the second half. Great setup here in Pearse Park with the lights on and everything else. Great credit to Clumba, to John McConnell and all the people here behind the scenes in the Ardra Club. And so we'll get the cup of tea and we'll see you bright and early for the second half. Killybegs will need a good start to the second half, I feel. Talk soon. Oran McGuinness, he's going right through the centre. There's a chance of the first score of the game, and he hits with the outside of the boot and puts it over the bar. He's got the score. Oran McGuinness. The whole pitch is open in front of him. It's a half goal chance. Here he goes. He's still going. Is he going to go for the goal? He goes for the goal and he puts the ball. Here goes Hugh McFadden, just come walking up and taps it over the bar. So it's 2 points to no score, and we've gone 3.5 minutes into
what his options are here. And again, it's coming down, and it's again Killybegs with it, Martin.
Towards that big man, Hugh McShannon. It's going to bounce. Steve McGrath bounce over the head. It's going into the back of the net.
So he's very proficient with that left foot of his, and takes his time over the bar.
He's has 2 points stolen, but here comes Owen McGettigan, and here he goes and hits it with the right boot, and looks like it's a good kick, and it's gone over the bar. Even though he's wearing number 5, he looks like he's playing a lot of his football at left up back. Here they go, and it's Anthony Thompson. He knocked a player down off the ball. He's in for a goal here, Anthony Thompson. He gives it across to Shane Malone, and it's a goal. And Killybegs were not. Kieran Gallagher going right through, busting through, still going. Hits it low, brilliant save. Brendan McDyer busting through. He's tried to foul, but he wasn't fouled. And it's shot by Oran Doherty. Oran Doherty got right through. It's 1-3 to 1-2 for the men from Naomh Conaill. And they're working it. That's a brilliant effort. It's a fabulous hit. The ball inside to Hugh McFadden. Hugh McFadden back to Ryan Cunningham. Good ball to Jack McSharry. And brilliant tackle. And the ball's to the back of the net. And that's a brilliant tackle. But it was a brilliant tackle, and the ref had given it no now. Neither team got a free. And it's gone up to the number 7, Charlie Breslin. It's the ball.
You would imagine.
Yeah, here he goes. Gone 24 minutes just in. And QE hammers it over the bar. And again, Finbert. Easy to know with the orange boots. Here goes Finbar. Gives inside to John O'Malley. John O'Malley's going to have a shot from there. That's a dangerous ball because it could go in into the back of the net.
Shane
Malone got his fist to it and knocked into the back of the net. He's in for another goal. And he kicks it. I think he's gone over the bar. Has it? Yes, gone over the bar. But again, Oran Doherty's a chance. Kieran got into Kevin McGettigan, and Kevin McGettigan kicks it over the bar. It's right foot. Again, right down below us into Owen McGettigan. And Owen McGettigan, that's the score of the match to date. I know we've had goals and everything else. That is a couple of great foot. Ball across to Brendan McDyer. Brendan McDyer Lovely kick by Brendan McDyer over the bar, and again, brilliantly turned over by Kevin McGettigan. And here goes Brendan McDyer again, and Brendan again. Lovely score. Glenty's people over on the far side, Naomh Conaill.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
Culture Rash and Shaw, Park Pierce and Ardra, Fahanya and Dada Lass, the Clea Shaw, other Cealla Beaga, agus Naomh Conaill. Scored half time, Naomh Conaill 2-8, Killybegs 2-4. And we're just, Brendan Kilcoyne, who's here with me, is just looking out here. Hugh McFadden, he's just about walking on the field. We know he's carrying a bad Achilles injury. We did interview him last week, Brendan. He did say, look at what lads travelling home. Jack McSherry's travelling home from England all the time, and young Broderick came back from Australia to play in the championship. He says, I can't not play in it, but he's definitely not right, Brendan.
No, you can see him there, the way he came out, and I was watching him before the game too. You can see that he's just not totally comfortable in his movement, Martin, and he's obviously such a huge player for this Killybegs team, or for any team he plays for, because he's such a big character. And Hughie will battle on. What you'll get from Hughie is 100% every time.
Yeah, we're ready to go. Ryan Walsh, the referee, ready to throw the ball in. The lights are great here. And in our draw, and Hugh McFadden in the middle of the field with Kieran Gallagher. Actually a relation of his. The mother and fathers would be cousins, maybe first cousins, so related. Not unlike his players and big men as well. So here we go. Michael, I was just chatting to his dad, Kieran Gallagher's dad, Michael Gallagher, who played with me in 1992 years ago, and the ball's broken down by Hugh McFadden, and is won like it was at the start of the game by the men from Killybegs. And it's Rory Coyler. Rory carrying up the line. Rory, a big man, big physical, has got one of the goals of the first half. Jack McSherry got the other goal into Owen Ban Gallagher. Owen Ban Gallagher covered by Oran Doherty. They're not going to let Owen Ban Gallagher run. Goes to Oran McGuinness. He plays it back to Owen Ban Gallagher. And now it's the corner back, Ben Conaill giving it to Owen Ban Gallagher again. He's Oran Doherty there with him all the time. And he lays it off. And it's Edward McHugh, who had a very good first half. Gives it to Oran McGuinness. Oran McGuinness keeping possession of the ball. Their men breaking everywhere. He gives it back to Owen Ban Gallagher. As you see, Oran Doherty right beside him. Gives it this side of the field. This is better now. It's out to Evan Broderick. Evan's going to go with the outside, and this looks as a very good kick. And it's gone over the bar, and that's a 2-pointer by Evan Broderick. A brilliant kick by Evan Broderick. And here we go. We're watching for the flag, and it's an orange flag. Brilliant 2-pointer, brilliant kick. Probably don't do enough of that. Some of the players, maybe worried about kicking it wide or whatever, but brilliant score. And Ryan Walsh happy to know that it was a 2-pointer. So, good start. Killybegs won the throw on. Hugh McFadden got his hands on it, and they've got a 2-pointer, Brent.
Yeah, brilliant start for the second half for Killybegs. Just a start they needed after kind of, that period of dominance from Naomh Conaill before the break. And, Evan Broderick put it up in the air. There was speculation, did Stephen McGrath get a touch of it to make it down to a 1-pointer? But the orange flag has gone up, 2-pointer. Good opening second half.
Yeah, well spotted, Brendan. That man picked up the ball when he needed a break. Shea Malone. Very impressed with Shea today. Here you go. It's Owen Doherty. Doherty gives it off to his county teammate Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty gives it to the Shea Malone. They're going to keep possession, trying to hold on to possession of the ball, and they're working. I think it's Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher going right through, and he kicks it with his right foot. And is he going for the flag? Yeah. He is going for the flag. Brilliant score, the right foot again. Brilliant play by Shea Malone, just a lovely chip up onto his hands, held on to possession, got away, and then they ended up getting the score. Now, Ryan Walsh is having a chat with the linesman, probably on the far side.
He's after signaling it wide.
And he's flagged it wide, has he?
Yeah, he has, I think, yeah. Well, the referee gave the wide signal anyway, so I can only assume that it's wide, and the score is back to 2-9, yeah. So I can scratch that one off, Martin. I had it written down. But Kieran Gallagher is a huge player for Naomh Conaill. Have back to big man around the middle of the park. Skillful footballer. When he's tuned in and when he's at it, he's a huge player for them.
Yeah, and Malone's after doing the exact same thing again. Chipped it up into his hand on the run. And Coach Anthony Thompson, he gives it back to Malone. But I think it's Oran Doherty.
Yeah.
It's Oran Doherty coming through, and he's definitely fouled. As they would say way back, upended.
Upended,
Brendan.
Yeah,
a lot of the young people won't know what we're talking about there, but definitely upended as he went through there. And again, Shea Malone, 2 lovely chip-ups, which we like to see in Gaelic football. That skill to keep it in Gaelic football. A lot of people say you should bend your back and go down, but it's brilliant.
If you're good enough to chip it up and keep the ball moving, keep the.
It's a lovely skill to have, and like just people were texting half time. Maybe I didn't say the first half of the breeze. There's really no breeze on the ground, Brendan. It's not. It's have no advantage to either team. There's slight. We see the flag over on the far side, slightly kind of nearly blowing across the field a bit, but it's not really of any wild advantage. So Here we go. I think it's Brendan McDyer that is going to go short, and to Shea Malone. Shea Malone turns brilliantly. He's on the right foot and he's getting onto the left foot and he kicks it. Now we're waiting to see, and it's fairness to Ryan Walsh. Neither the umpire made the decision, and he made the decision. I think that's good refereeing. The decision had to be made, and the ball's gone wide. It's a couple of bad wides by Naomh Conaill. They had some in the first half too, Brendan.
Yeah, they had indeed, but it was brilliant play initially again by Shea Malone, showing huge skill to cut inside his man, beat his man, Ben Keneally, cut inside him, but unfortunately for Shea on that occasion, it just kind of tailed off. With his left foot to the wide to be wide, but again, an exciting looking footballer, so he is.
Yeah, lovely talented footballer. Like Naomh Conaill have plenty of them. Back to Alton Doherty, keeps things back to Brendan McDyer, and they're coming out, they're working the ball out brilliantly. Alton Doherty again to Finbar Rorty. John O'Malley's, and as they say, acres of space nearly on this side. John's going to hold it up, gives it back into the man that gave him the ball, Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty to left foot. Gives it off to Kevin McGettigan, and Kevin says, hold on, we'll take our time, they're not having much on. Gives it back to John O'Malley. John O'Malley's carrying. John O'Malley holding on to possession. They just need to take men on. Gives it to Finbar Rorty. He will take men on, there's no doubt, and he slips, goes to the ground, but Jack McSharry thought he touched the ground. I don't think he did. He was right down underneath us here, and it's gone to Kieran Gallagher. You said he's having a big game tonight, Kieran Gallagher. Off to John O'Malley. John O'Malley holding it. We'd like the ball to be on this side of the field the whole time, so while he's know the players and everything else. Into Ethan O'Donnell. Ethan O'Donnell carrying, left foot, carrying, and he's got John O'Malley coming off, and he's going to just keep in possession of the ball. They'll just run her down now at the minute. It's 2-9 to 2-6. That's the score here. That 1 point that Naomh Conaill got was ruled wide by the referee, and saves the linesman on the far side made that decision. So here they go, still have possession of the ball. Gone to John O'Malley. They've had passed the ball about 4 or 5 times to each other. Now back from John O'Malley to Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty's looking up. Ryan Walsh has an advantage hand up. He still has Jack McSharry trying to get a tackle in. Gives it to Kevin McGettigan. Kevin McGettigan soloing the ball. No, sorry, it's Owen McGettigan, and Owen McGettigan, and they're just trying to keep hold on to possession of the ball, and that's what they're doing. Jason Campbell, and now the referee has said Killybegs are tackling fairly hard, and the conditions is not easy, but a lot of passes there, and they really didn't go anywhere. But I think they're happy enough that they're winning the game, and they're going to try to, wear it down, if what I'm saying, Brendan. And I think that's what they're doing, Naomh Conaill.
Yeah, they will be happy to maintain possession, and on that occasion they did, but you have to continue to make incisions through the opposition defence, Martin. Otherwise, they'll give Killybegs an in and back into the game, so they will, and that's just what happened there. The referee has punished them for over carrying or something.
No, for Finbar Rorty didn't take the free in time. He gave them the free, and he felt he spent too long taking the free. Now, this is interesting now. I'm not going to know these rules, but he's throwing this ball up. But do you remember the one against the goalkeeper the first half for too slow kicking out? He gave a free in.
That's right.
So it's interesting. It's a different. Must be a different rule out the field. Yeah. And he's blowing Kieran Gallagher, who won the free for over carrying now. So.
And it goes back to that period of possession, Martin, that they had here, that they had opportunities a couple of times to go at their men, to drop the shoulder, take a man on, beat the first man, and then the things open up for them. And now Killybegs have an opportunity to get another score back.
Yeah, it's out here to Mulligan. Mulligan kicks it. We know he's accurate, but no, she's not going to come in. Definitely not from there, Christopher. And kicks it wide. So the second half hasn't really got going. We had the first half where we had the goal, the bounce ball into the back of the net, and we had another great goal for Naomh Conaill. But this second half, there's over 7.5 minutes gone, and it really hasn't taken off yet.
No, and all we've had, kind of the only score we've had, and incidentally, it's the only 2-pointer in the game was Evan Breddick's score. So that's the only 2-pointer we've been able to record all day.
Now here goes Owen Band. He won the kick out. He lays it off to Owen McGuinness, I think it was, but he's turned over brilliantly. I think it's John O'Malley. John O'Malley's been fouled, but it's play on. There's a brilliant. This is the break now. This is when the danger. There's Oran Doherty. Oran Doherty breaking through. Still on that left foot. You expect him to knock this over the bar. I put the commentator's curse on him there, Brendan, because he's very, very accurate with that left foot, but he just, maybe I know the conditions are having a bear on it, but we'll let him away with that because he kicked some very good scores the first half.
What a delightful ball it was though from his brother Alton Doherty out of the fence. Just kind of saw that they'd made the run and clipped it with the outside of his foot into his path to run onto, and Oran Doherty, normally you would expect him to put that over the bar.
Yeah, that was a ball made in Funtown, in a house in Funtown, when they were young, passing to each other. This ball's cut out again, and John O'Malley gives it to Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty He's off to Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher again back to Finbar Rorty. This man has some engine in him. He does some running. Finbar Rorty cutting inside, gives it back to Shea Malone. And now it's back to Kieran Gallagher, and he's got his midfield partner here, Ethan O'Donnell. And I think he's going to give it to him. Yes, Ethan O'Donnell, left foot solo. I think he'll actually give it back the far side again. What's he doing? I think is it Kevin McGettigan going up the far side? It is Kevin McGettigan, I think. And he's busting through, and that's a definite foul. Free and that's what they didn't do the first time. Finbar Rorty going through, he was fouled, and that's what maybe what they done down here. They weren't doing. They put pace into it there, Brendan. And when they put pace into it, like they did even Owen Doherty's last chance, they have pace in their team and they're dangerous in that situation.
Yeah, and that's what they should be looking to do more. I felt it was just too passive early on in the half, so it was, Martin. As you say, that occasion, Finbar Rorty making the run off the shoulder, blocked through tackles, and eventually forces the foul and the free. Brendy, I assume, that's standing over it?
Yeah, a bit away from us, but I think it is Brendan McDyer, and what a servant he's been, and better with the age they're getting.
Absolutely, he's a phenomenal footballer, yeah.
He just lazily knocks it over the bar, the left foot. Didn't kick it away up in the air or anything else, just knocked it over the bar. Always remember Peter Cannon when he kicked a free, it always nearly dropped on the black spot on the crossbar, and that was a good free. They probably needed that to settle themselves down a bit, but they are controlling the match. They're leading in the game and they're really controlling it the second half. Here we go, got a short kick out away. Can they get the ball out? It's a full-back, Killian Kildare. Killian gives it up. Can Jack McSharry win this ball? No, Jack McSharry can't win it. Finbar Rorty wins it. Finbar Rorty gives it to Kieran Gallagher. Many times we see that today. Kieran Gallagher back to Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty back to Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher cutting inside, still going, but he's turned over. He shouldn't bounce the ball in that conditions, Kieran. Owen Van Gallagher has it, and but still Owen Van Gallagher, going. Oh, brilliant tackle by Finbar Rorty, knocked the ball. And Owen McGettigan did something stupid, and Ryan Walsh saw it, and Finbar Rorty was away. He doesn't know what happened, but Owen McGettigan did hit Owen Van a wee bit late there, Brendan, right in front of us, and you know, this was kind of a silly thing to do because they were away with the ball, but
yeah, did numbers too, Martin, so they had
to. Yeah, and Owen he knew right away himself, I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, he could be in trouble here now. Would that constitute a black card offence, or would it be just a yellow?
Defense, yeah.
Finbar Rorty's had a brilliant game, particularly second half for Naomh Conaill, so he is ferocious in the tackle, able to get up the field, and you know, just contributes to every area of the game. Yeah.
Hugh McFadden's telling him I think it was a black card. Probably technically is a black card because he did hit him off the ball in a way. If it's any card, it's a black card, but the referee made a decision to give a yellow card, and so Finbar Rorty, the tackle, he's very, very good at knocking the ball out of players, you know, and that ball's played down, and again it's towards Hugh McFadden. Owen Van Gallagher, give it to him. Kevin McGettigan did get his foot on it, but he just didn't get far enough away. Here's Jack McSharry to Owen Van Gallagher. Owen Van Gallagher gives it into Seamus Ogburn. Seamus Ogburn turns round, gives it back to Christopher Mulligan.
Yeah, it's a free. Charlie McGuinness left a fist in on one of the Killybegs players, and he's going to find himself in the book now. Again, a silly tackle, late lazy tackle kind of thing, Martin, and no need for it. It wasn't going to slow up the Killybegs play in any way, so it wasn't. So he'll take a yellow card for that too, I would imagine.
Yeah, well spotted, Brendan, but I think it's silly by them couple of tackles there by experienced Naomh Conaill players, Owen McGettigan and Charles McGuinness, you know, and just doing that, and you know, Killybegs have the ball. They're going to keep possession. Owen McGuinness, this man carried right through the centre of the first half, and sometimes Naomh Conaill have let him go, and he gives it out to Christopher Mulligan, and Christopher Mulligan's kick is going to go wide again, deceiving into the town goals here in Ardra, but sometimes you need to put it further to your right. I know we tried maybe the last one further to the right and went wide on the right, but again, there's a chance. The game hasn't taken off in the second half. Naomh Conaill are playing it, in my opinion, Brendan, at the way they want to play it, at their pace and everything else, and they just up the ante every now and then.
Yeah, and they have that extra gear too. You feel that if they need it, that they're able to delve into it, Martin. But you're right, it has gone flat in the second half. You know, we've just had the two scores, Evan Brederick's 2-pointer and that free from Brendan McDyer. So, you know, I suppose Naomh Conaill will be looking for the opportunity to close this game out now, because they just have that element of superiority at this moment. That's a huge cut for Johnny O'Malley.
Yeah, need a shot for nothing because the ref had his hands up, and brilliant by John O'Malley. I think it was Owen McGettigan giving out the ball. I think brilliant play, but brilliant kick out. Let's give him credit. There were people maybe round us saying about this kick outs the first half. Steve McGrath, that was a fabulous kick out to that man Ethan O'Donnell, and he marked it and they worked it up. And John O'Malley kicks a 2-pointer. I think is that just the second 2-pointer
that's
of the
just
game.
the second 2-pointer with none in the first half.
Two in the first half.
Yeah.
Here comes a Naomh Conaill sub.
Leo.
Is that Leo coming on?
Looks like Leo, yeah.
Leo, yeah. And he's Leo
for Charlie, yeah.
For Charles McGuinness, yeah. Charles picked up the yellow cards. They're taking him off, and Leo's on. Not a bad sub to have gone into the full forward line.
No, huge experience.
Huge experience is right.
No, that was an innocuous enough challenge. I think the Killybegs player just ran into Leo. Leo's power and strength just meant he was going to come down.
Yeah. So there's the ball in towards Q. But it's one inside. Is it Ryan Cunningham has it, but the referee? Oh, a breach, is it? Yeah. Yeah. McClune here beside me from the CCC has said it's a breach, and it's the interest now. The linesman called it on the far side, so
but Killybegs had the ball in their hands and had a bit of an advantage there anyway, so you would imagine that he could have let it play for a minute or two. I take it it's in favour of Killybegs, the breach.
The breach is in favour of Killybegs, yeah, but you're right though, they had a chance.
Yeah.
It was half opened up for them, and he pulled it back when the linesman called the breach and everything else. And maybe sometimes take it, you can let that go, let the play go like an advantage thing, and then take it back for the breach. Use a bit of common sense, Brendan, but they've kind of got a wee bit raggedy, they've just got a bit themselves, which is not like them this last while, but
it's been in kind of spurt Martin, so they've been playing like, the slow start, spurt of scoring, went out of it again, another spurt of scoring, and again the second half that just kind of seem to be just going through the motions, really. So there's Huey putting it over the bar.
Yeah, great score.
Going back to a 5-point game, 2-12 to 2-7.
We have to thank the Ardra tea ladies here for the lovely cup of tea we got at half time and everything else. Very well looked after, sandwiches, everything you want here for everybody, and we have a brilliant view of the match here and everything else. I have to give them a lot of credit for everything. There's a wee bit of messing going on off the ball now. Just think it's getting a wee bit raggedy now, just the whole thing, and I think Ryan Walsh just needs to tell him kick out the ball and get on with it, and he's just telling him cut it out, and he's right, he's actually right, just forget about it and let the game go on. We don't want to see that, and try to get a game. What have we gone? Is it 18 minutes we've gone into the second half?
16 minutes into the second half, yeah.
It's hard to see the scoreboard over there. 16 minutes into the second half, and hasn't really taken a ball out, and 3 Killybegsmen should have got it, and it falls to Brendan McDyer. Brendan McDyer gives it back to Oran Doherty. He'll hold on to the ball, take his time, and it's back to Kevin McGettigan. Kevin McGettigan back to Oran Doherty. Left foot solo. Back again with they're very good at the 1-2. They do it on each side of the field. Kevin McGettigan. And he gives it to Brendan McDyer. And Brendan will hold on to it, and now it's they still have the ball.
Owen McGettigan.
Owen McGettigan. Now they're very far away. Brendan has better eyesight than me now, but he is younger than me. Finbar Rorty. Finbar Rorty gives and goes to Oran Doherty, and now John O'Malley. John O'Malley gives it to the flyer, Shea Malone. Shea Malone back to John O'Malley. Now Oran Doherty. Now they're moving back to Shea Malone, and he's not afraid. That's a lovely kick. We're right behind it here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's contentious, Martin, to say the least. We were behind it here, and to me it was over the bar.
Yeah, it looked over the bar to us now.
Yeah.
Naomh Conaill men are getting on. Seamus McGonagall's the linesman down here below us, and Seamus behind it, but it looked over, like where we are, it's hard to judge it. It looked over the bar. Kieran Gallagher, brilliant catch in the middle of the field. Here we go. Anthony Thompson's gone up past him. He's still going. He's been fouled, but he's still going. And that's a brilliant ball through to Finbar Rorty. Will Finbar hit with the left foot? Finbar will hit with the left foot, and Finbar knocks it over the bar with the left foot.
No doubt about that one.
Yes, that's
and
over
again
the bar.
It was the lovely little chip ball from Shea Malone at the top of the arc, spotted that Finbar had made the run inside and just played a delightful ball into him, and Finbar had the simple task of putting it over the bar then, so he had.
And let's give Kieran Gallagher credit, a brilliant catch in the middle of the field by Kieran Gallagher as well. And I heard he had a great battle with Cian McBride when the Downings came down in Downings that day. Brendan, Kieran Gallagher, he's an effective big man, and looking at it, from Naomh Conaill point of view, he's a big addition to them as well. But ball, Brendan McDyer doesn't know what he's doing. He can't play the ball back to the goalkeeper. And I think he forgot himself. He thought away back in the rules. Anyway, here they come. John O'Malley. He was going to take a big hit from Jack McSharry, but he brilliantly held the ball and laid it off to A.J. Gallagher. Here goes Finbar. This man's going to run. He cuts inside. He's still going, Finbar. The ref will say the free. The ref will say the free, but he's playing on. And now he's getting Ben Conaill, number 2, and I see the book out for Ben.
It was harmless enough, I think, but brilliant play there from Naomh Conaill. Firstly from John O'Malley. Martin took the tackle, rode the tackle and was able to slip the ball up, and then Finbar Rorty going at his man, taking him on and eventually drawing the free.
Yeah, he's brilliant at drawing the free now. He doesn't give you a wild option because he puts his body right in on top of you.
Yeah.
He's for a young man, he's very good at it. And here goes. Just watch the style of this young man kicking the ball. See all these different rugby players of a different style. He's got a different style, taking the breathing in and all, you know, you can see how confident he is. Here he goes, takes the steps back, and here comes right up, and it's a lovely strike, but it's going to go wide. He just didn't give enough, but I'll tell you, he'll become a very good free taker because, you know, he's a big kick, you know, for a young lad. He's a big kick of the ground and everything else, and
natural strike, just a natural strike.
It's just nice to see. Everything he does is quality. He just does it. He makes it easy, even in terrible conditions. Bad kick out, goes straight to Liam McClune. And Liam McClune gives it inside to that man we talked about. They're going for the goal. They saw the jiggler to go for the goal. Is it Brendan McDyer out that side?
I think it's Owen McGettigan.
Owen McGettigan, is it? And here goes. I think this one's over the bar.
This one's over, yeah. There's been 4 contentious kicks in the second half, and that's the one of the 4.
That far side with the left foot, and Owen got it over the bar. But again, just a bad. He hasn't had many bad kick outs, Joyce Coyler, but that was just a bad one, and Leo read it very, very well and got it. So it's. Is it 2:14 now to 2:07? Is that right?
Yeah. And that's Owen McGettigan's 3rd point of the day. Sorry, Mark.
3rd point of the day. Here we go. And fishermen have got their hands on this, and here they go. Just 20, as you can see on the clock. There's 20 and a half minutes gone. It's Evan Broderick holding on to it, lays off. Here goes Edward McHugh. Edward McHugh will give it off, and they'll keep possession of the ball. Is Hugh McFadden. And again, Kieran Gallagher. What a tackle. Naomh Conaill must have been practicing that fist tackle to knock the ball out of players. They're brilliant at it, Brendan. But here they go. We'll go back to him. And A.J. Gallagher just up from full back. A.J. took a touch, and was it Oren McGuinness just to caught him there?
Yeah, I think it was accidental enough. I don't think there was much in it, Mark.
In front of us didn't look to be a wild out in it, but
I would always call that not getting the fist in. The Carol Lacey tackle going back to 2011, 2012. He was a brilliant exponent of it, Martin, just getting his fist in on the ball and able to push it away from the opposition player. But Kieran Gallagher's having a big game for Naomh Conaill.
I think it's coming, you know, to get the fist tackle in from behind, especially in the conditions because the ball is slippy anyway. It's a yellow card for Oren McGuinness. But I think, you know, that we just when a player's behind, but they are really. I mean, they've had 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah,
today, at least in this game. And it's a skill, you know. You have to say.
Leo McClune is another man that's very good. You've seen him do down there.
We've seen
Finbar Rorty's brilliant at everything, Martin.
He had about 2 of them today, anyway. At least, you know.
Another sub coming into the Naomh Conaill team, and it's Brendan McDyer going off to take a rest, and I'd say it's Max Campbell, is it, that's back in again? It just looks like Max body shape gone in over there. Normally plays as a wing back.
I'm glad that you know him because you managed him as young level. I remember in 1983 we were playing the first game on television up in Clonus, and Neil O'Hare was the commentator, and he came in and he told us all to stand up because you know the way he was a great man with horses.
Yes.
And he knew you on your on your posture and everything else. And here we go. Wait, whether it's a goal
Kevin
chance here, and the ball's in the back of the net, and was that game over. But Kevin McGettigan goes right through, and that's it now. Took a while, but the great thing about Kevin McGettigan is he went for goal. He didn't say, well, fist this over the bar and make it easy. He went for the goal and finished it very, very well. Yeah,
1-1 from the wing back, Kevin McGettigan. Always gets himself on the scoreboard. And you say Brintley cutting in off the left wing, in along the sideline. One thing on his mind, back at the net. And what a fantastic player he is, and what a fantastic player he has been for Naomh Conaill down through the years, Martin. Like, you know, he just keeps coming up with the goods.
Yeah, that was brilliant, and he kept control of the ball going through. I mean, it is a greasy ball. There's a free in here. Hugh McFadden has called up the goalkeeper, Joyce Coyler, to take this kick. So 23 on the clock, and you feel that goal has finished the game really. So, but Cealla Beaga will be happy. Cealla Beaga will be happy, Brendan, with their performance this year. You know, they've had some very big battles. I mean, Termon were league champions. Termon beat St. Eunice today, and they beat them in the first game in Cealla Beaga.
Right, yeah.
And then we saw them against Ballyshannon in the great game. Now, maybe the Dunlow game was the one disappointing. And for a good while today, you know, they were really well in this match.
Yeah, and I think it has to be said too that Hugh McFadden isn't at full tilt, Martin, and he's obviously their main go-to player, and you can see that he's struggling out there with whatever bit of injury that he's carrying, that he's not able to do what he wants to do. And that's obviously a big hit to them. But yeah, they'll be quite pleased with their championship. They avoid the relegation playoffs, got 4 points in the group stages, and you know, getting to this stage, put it up to Naomh Conaill for a while in the first half. But you just felt there was an air of inevitability about it, the way Naomh Conaill were playing, that they just had that extra gear that they could push into. And that's the first time we've seen Naomh Conaill maybe this year show this ruthlessness.
Yeah, well, it's a good time. There's no better time to be at it. We saw the team that won the All-Ireland this year, Kerry. They were looking very vulnerable early on, and even a Meath team beat them. But when they needed to get it right, they got it right. And suppose from a Naomh Conaill point of view, the other thing is the news that their big rival St. Eunice are out of the championship is going to give them left to go. Here goes Ethan O'Donnell. Max Campbell, brilliant. This is brilliant football. They're going for a goal again, and the ball's palmed, well saved on the line. Brilliant save, brilliantly done by I don't know what player, he's given a free out, and that was brilliant move by the men from Naomh Conaill. They did everything right, but just didn't think Joel McGettigan got the touch.
That final touch, yeah.
Cealla Beaga, maybe it was the full back, was it? Cealla Beaga.
Was it Owen Ban that you see him back deep? I'm not sure, but I know they did really well to get back.
He always very, very good at doing that, Owen Ban getting back, but probably with their performance they wouldn't have deserved to maybe had given away another goal. But again, brilliant movement by the Naomh Conaill men, and they'll be happy. Did Naomh Conaill breach again? Did they here?
No, I think they just bring it back for free for just a slight tug on them.
I think Naomh Conaill now they're there now with the 4 teams that went through automatically. They're in there now along with Termon today, so they can sit back now and go and watch the 2 matches tomorrow. Letterkenny, just the CCC men have told me that the draw will be made after the four Masters Glen Swilly game tomorrow. So here go the balls breaking down, but Naomh Conaill have it, and they're working. It might be Kevin McGettigan, but they're working it very well out, and they've gone along with the kick out. And Oran Doherty says, "What are you doing? I can't go for that ball because we have to keep 3 up here." So men from Cealla Beaga have a long high ball from Evan Broderick right in, as they say, around the house. Fisted wide. Was it Hugh McFadden?
Big Huey that was in there, got something on it, but it just tailed off wide. And again, that's wide. A couple of big high speculative balls they put in. Probably looking to get a goal or something like that, Martin, but you would imagine at this stage it'd be too little too late. See Dermot Brick Malloy warming up the far side of the field, ready to come in now. Will we see his wand to a left foot fire a couple over at this stage? He normally does.
That left foot won a game for them when they were a bit of trouble, wasn't he? Finished with a very good 2-pointer. There he goes on.
And is it Mark McDevitt that's warming up over there too? I think so, yeah.
Very good. We can see some of the crowds actually leaving, going away. The cars are leaving the ground now, and well, they can afford to do it now. They can take on players and give players game time, because suppose being in a preliminary quarter-final, having to be out next week again in a quarter-final, but this game will stand for them as long as they don't pick up any red cards or any injuries. It's no harm, because they needed just to get, as you said, to get going. It's probably Naomh Conaill will be favourites now for the championship, Brendan, you feel, but it is. Brad disagrees with me completely here, but I think it is, teams would say, for maybe once other teams have a chance, you know what I mean, like the likes of Gweedore, Dunlow, the teams are, they're ready qualified. That's a brilliant tackle again. That man went through for Shea Malone, and he was going for another goal. He wasn't happy to tip it over the bar, Brendan.
Yeah, I think it was Oran Dock that he soccered it through in the way, so it was Martin, and just again they got the tackle in just in time. But you're right, it's a very open championship. No team has really excelled. I thought Kilcar were very good last Sunday, has to be said too, Martin. But this from Naomh Conaill is kind of they've really upped the gear, so they haven't what we've seen from them previously in the championship, where they really were just stuttering along. And you just feel that there's more in the tank for them too. Obviously, without Kieran Thompson is a huge loss. But when you've the likes of the young players like Max Campbell, Shea Malone, Finbar Rorty coming in that you're able to introduce to your team, they're certainly going to make your team stronger. Along with that too, you have a fit Owen McGettigan back in the full forward line, and the big man Kieran Gallagher in the middle of the field. That makes them a fairly
and
strong.
Ethan O'Donnell, especially his first half.
Absolutely, Ethan been home too.
But I think just Liam McClune made a tackle there, just and he picks up a yellow card. Here we go, and there's a chance, and that's a great kick.
Oren McGuinness.
And is it it's a one-pointer?
Is it a one-pointer? Is it?
Yeah, but we look at the championship. So you have Gweedore, Dunlow, the neighbours down there. There's some battle they met in the quarter-final. You have Gweedore, Dunlow, and then you have Kilcarn, St Michael's. Not right, they were the top four.
Yeah.
And then you have Naomh Conaill and Termon in there as well. So waiting for two tomorrow. So it's going to be it's all in the hat, and any team can come out against anybody, and it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be an interesting draw, and we hopefully, we will have some, quarter-final. This Prelim is the first time we start losing teams really in that there. So
yes.
It's going to be interesting in the draw, and we're looking forward to. You'll have 4 great quarter-finals next weekend. Hopefully the weather's, we have Midland weather, Brendan.
Yeah, and I suppose you don't know what you're going to get weather-wise at this time of the year, but it certainly will be a huge amount at stake, and there will be a huge level of interest. Good double header in O'Donnell Park tomorrow too, Martin, to determine who the last two that will be going into them quarter-finals.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I mean, we look at it that you have a young, very, very young for Masters team, and you have a Glenswally team. Suppose without Michael Murphy's a big blow to them and everything else, but I think there are a lot more in them than they were in, because they realised, as you were saying last week, they were going to get beaten. They started making substitutions late, so there's an experience still. They would have, for Masters are very young yet, and then you look at Downings have had a very good. Here goes Owen Bangalore right through the centre. Yes, he's fouled, and again, probably from a Naomh Conaill point of view, a good free to give away, but.
Yeah, certainly, and we haven't seen probably enough of that from Owen Ban this evening. From a Kelly Begg's point of view, you want to see him dropping the shoulder, running hard at defences, but he's been well tied up defensively, so his defensive duties have also come first, and they've preoccupied him.
Yeah, the other team, Brenda, is McCool's, and I suppose the big thing is will Oisín Gallen be fit to play or not, and Q just hammers that. Not alone over the bar, but
into the next parish.
He hammers it back up to Kelly Beags nearly. Maybe he's happy enough. He wants to get rid of that ball and say, I don't want this kick out coming out at all. But anyway, yeah. So looking forward to it, the games tomorrow, and and really looking forward to next weekend then for the quarterfinals, because we should have some very, very good quarterfinals next weekend. But John O'Malley's had a good game, goes off on the far side, and is happy with his night's performance, and kicked a fabulous 2-pointer. So here we go, Stephen McGrath to take the kick out. And as Leo doesn't get his hands on it, and it's broken down, and I think the Kelly Begg's men have it, and they haven't got it, and then they lose it.
The battle in Leo.
Alton Doherty, Leo, yeah, he'll get his hands. Here goes to kick across the field, and it's brilliantly won by Oren Doherty, because the pass wasn't that great. Here goes to the man again. They passed more balls tonight. Finbar Doherty, and Finbar knocks it and hits the post. And it's coming back out, and Edward McHugh gets it for Kelly Beggs, and Edward is fouled by Alton Doherty, who just went away up the field there and said, look, less foul back there, and probably not a bad idea to stop the run. But Kevin McGetting's goal really finished the game. But probably the second half, really, Kelly Beggs didn't get going. Naomh Conaill just controlled it completely. Here goes the Kelly Beggs man trying, but it's Leo again cuts out the ball, and he's a knee bandage on. He might be carrying a bit of a knee, but he's still very, very effective. He gets his hands on them balls. He's brilliant at it. Here they go, Owen Doherty. They're going to keep the ball. They're going to Gibson inside Ethan O'Donnell. Ethan bursting through, still going. He's got a very brilliant kick with the left foot and knocked it over the bars. A brilliant score by Ethan O'Donnell. Deserves that score, and he's had a tremendous match, especially the first half when Naomh Conaill needed him.
Yeah, it's absolutely solid quality. Rolls Royce of a footballer. Just looks so comfortable on the ball, but he also has that power and strength to be able to break tackles and do a lot of stuff. So he has, Martin. So absolutely huge player. And there's Kieran Gallagher winning a big kick out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, another ball won in the middle of the field. And the ball's worked inside. Shame alone, but he probably, if it was tighter, he would have gone for that ball. He just didn't bother, and he was right, and worked out now. Comes in from Kelly Beggs, and we've gone. Probably waiting on the long whistle now at this stage. I think both teams will be happy to get the long whistle, and just a bit of a late tackle. Kelly Beggs' bench is not happy, but here we go. They're just keeping an eye, holding on to the ball, and Owen Ban Gallagher has it now. I think it's him. Owen Ban going to solo carry, and Q McFadden's inside. Is he going to put it in? Naomh Conaill have two men back in front of him. Here she goes. It's gone in, but it's Hughes on the other side. I guess Kieran Gallagher drops back brilliantly, wins it, and then gives away a silly foul. And they do need a goal, and Ryan Watts saying, no, hold on, you have to come back, not allow you to take the quick free, and the ball's worked out. Here they go, Owen Ban, and it's a great drive, and a brilliant drive, and what are they saying, it's gone over the bar. I think it did hit the post and over the bar. Chance of a goal, I'd say. That's probably the last action of this match, Brendan, I would think, and Naomh Conaill are into the quarter final, and they'll be very happy.
They will indeed, Jan. It's been a fairly, solid performance from them. It hasn't been totally polished, but it's been a lot better than what we've seen from them earlier, and as you say, they're going to be happy. They're back in the hat, unlike their adversaries in St. Eunan's, who came a cropper against Termon today. Naomh Conaill getting the job done here, and getting it done with comfort, been able to rest Johnny O'Malley, Anthony Thompson with 10 or 15 minutes to go and get them off the field.
There's the final was for Brendan, and an a very easy victory, and end up 3-15 to 2-10, and have to say, fair play to Cealla Beaga, they put up a good battle, especially the first half. They made a good game, but Naomh Conaill really came out the second half and controlled the whole match, and had some very solid performances, and the Naomh Conaill team, you could go anywhere, start, you look at Kevin McGettigan was brilliant, Finbar Rorty, the two wing half back, Kieran Gallagher and Ethan Dunn in the middle of the field, which is a very good partnership, considering they've lost Kieran Thompson in that area. They're, Kieran Gallagher and Ethan Dunn, and Brendan McDyer and John O'Malley and Oran Doherty really working hard. I mean, that middle eight is important, and really it is good for them, and Anthony Thompson will control the thing from centre back. And then Brendan McDyer is always Brendan McDyer, John O'Malley with a brilliant 2-pointer, and Oran Doherty, as we said. Then you have Shane Malone, he's a class player, well worth watching and seeing, because he's a real class bit of stuff. Charles McGuinness maybe picked up the yellow card, but he does give a presence at full forward. And then Owen McGettigan, it's great to see him back, and they're brilliant, and they can get players off the bench, as we said, like Dermot Malloy and Liam McClune, these experienced players, and then the likes of young lads like Max Campbell and that. So it's all round, they'll be very happy with their performance, and they'll be looking at it saying, right, let's move on from here now. As I said, they probably end up, and deservedly so, maybe even this performance will be favourites for the championship, but I think that'll not worry them. It doesn't really worry them anyway. But so look at it was a good first half, Brendan, enjoyable. The second half was a long second half to commentate on, because it was Naomh Conaill just controlled it. Yeah,
listen, Cealla Beaga came out of the traps really well at the start of the game, getting that 1-2 on the board, but after that it was really a dominant performance from Naomh Conaill. They seemed to be able to get the scores at will when they needed to get them. They were able to control the game, to control the ball at other stages in the game, Martin, and it was a performance that was needed from this Naomh Conaill side, who had stuttered, as I said, through the championship up to this stage, but they're coming right at the right time, and you see the options that they can take in off the bench then, so they're going to get stronger. We spoke about the addition of the likes of players like Kieran Gallagher. They didn't have him last year, really back into the fold. Owen McGettigan. Then you have the young fellas coming through, Shane Malone, Max Campbell coming on sub, who had missed a bit of time. Charlie McGuinness in top of the edge of the square probably hasn't an awful lot. I believe he's been carrying an injury and hasn't a lot of work done, so you can only see this team improving as time goes on, and that's a huge confidence booster for them, Martin.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's it. That sums it up. Naomh Conaill are through to the quarter final, and as I say, they joined the other 5 teams. The big news from Donegal today is that Termon knocked out the favourites for the championship, St. Eunan's, by a point after extra time in the Centre of Excellence in Convoy. So Naomh Conaill, as I said, through to join Termon today. We'll have another 2 tomorrow, semi-final. So from myself, Mark McHugh, Brendan Kilcoyne, and Bradis, the man we call Bradis on the camera, will hand you back, and we will get somebody to interview from the Naomh Conaill club as soon as we can. And so see you all tomorrow from Donegal G8 TV. So Oran McGuinness, he's going right through the centre. There's a chance of the first score of the game, and he hits with the outside of the boot and puts it over the bar. He's got the score. Oran McGuinness. The whole pitch is open in front of him. It's a half goal chance. Here he goes. He's still going. Is he going to go for the goal? He goes for the goal, and he puts the ball. Here goes Q McFadden, just come walking up and taps it over the bar. So it's 2 points to no score, and we've gone 3.5 minutes into
what his options are here, and again it's coming down, and it's again Cealla Beaga win it, Martin.
Jack McSharry going long towards the big man, Hugh McShannon. It's going to bounce. Stephen McGrath bounce over the head. It's gone into the back of the net.
So he's very proficient with that left foot of his, and takes his time over the bar.
Over the bar. He's that's 2 points stolen, but here comes Owen McGett again. And here he goes and hits it with the right boot, and looks like it's a good kick, and it's gone over the bar. Even though he's wearing number 5, he looks like he's playing a lot of his football at left up back. Here they go, and it's Anthony Thompson. He knocked a player down off the ball. He's in for a goal here, Anthony Thompson. He gives it across to Shane Malone, and it's a goal. And Kelly Beggs are not. Kieran Gallagher. Kieran Gallagher going right through, busting through, still going, hits it low, brilliant save. Brendan McDyer busting through. He's tried to foul, but he wasn't fouled. And it's shot by Oran Doherty. Oran Doherty got right through. It's 1-3 to 1-2 for the men from Naomh Conaill. And they're working it. That's a brilliant effort. It's a fabulous set the ball inside to Hugh McFadden. Hugh McFadden back to Ryan Cunningham. Good ball to Jack McSharry. And brilliant tackle. And the ball's to the back of the net. And that's a brilliant tackle, but it was a brilliant tackle, and the ref had given it free. No, neither team got a free. And it's gone up to the number 7, Charlie Breslin. It's the ball.
You would imagine.
Yeah, here he goes. Gone 24 minutes just in. And QE hammers it over the bar. And again, Finbar, as we all know, easy to know with the orange boots. Here goes Finbar. Gives inside to John O'Malley. John O'Malley's going to have a shot from there. That's a dangerous ball because it could go in the back of the net.
Shane
Malone got his fist to it and knocked into the back of the net. He's in for another goal. Oh, and he kicks it. I think he's gone over the bar. Has it? Yes, gone over the bar. But again, Oran Doherty's a chance. Ball. Kieran got into Kevin McGettigan, and Kevin McGettigan kicks it over the bar. It's right foot. Again, right down below into Owen McGettigan. And Owen McGettigan, that's the score of the match today. I know we've had goals and everything else. That is a couple of great foot. Ball across to Brendan McDyer. Lovely kick by Brendan McDyer over the bar, and again, brilliantly turned over by Kevin McGettigan. And here goes Brendan McDyer again, and Brendan again, lovely score. Glenty's people out to Evan Broderick. Evan's going to go with the outside, and this looks as a very good kick, and it's gone over the bar, and that's a 2-pointer. Better with the age they're getting.
Absolutely, he's a phenomenal footballer, yeah.
Because he just lazily knocks it over the bar.
Have that element of superiority at this moment.
That's
a huge cap for Johnny O'Malley.
Yeah, need a shot for nothing.
Again, the second half that just kind of seem to be just going through the motions, really. So they're doing. There's Huey putting it over the bar.
Yeah, great score.
Now
they're moving back to Shane Malone, and he's not afraid. That's a lovely kick. We're right behind it here.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant ball through to Finbar Rorty. Well, Finbar hit with the left foot. Finbar will hit with the left foot. And Finbar knocks it over the bar with the left foot. They signed the jiggle to go for the goal. Is it Brendan McDyer out that side?
I think it's Owen McGettigan.
Owen McGettigan, is it? And here goes, I think this here was the commentator, and he came in and he told us all to stand up, because you know the way he was a great man with horses.
Yes.
And he knew you on your posture and everything else. And here we go, wait, whether it's a goal
Kevin
chance
McGettigan.
here, and the ball's in the back of the net, and was that game over. But Kevin McGettigan, O'Donnell, Max Campbell, brilliant. This is brilliant football. They're going for a goal again, and the ball's palmed, well saved on the line, brilliant. So Kelly Beggs have a long high ball from Evan Broderick, right in, as they say, around the house. Fisted wide. He picks up a yellow card. Here we go, and there's a chance, and that's a great kick.
Oran McGuinness.
And
they've preoccupied him.
Yeah, the other team, Brenda's McCool's, and I suppose the big thing is will Oisin Gallen be fit to play or not? And Q just hammers that. O'Donnell, Ethan bursting through, still going. He's got a very natural, brilliant kick with the left foot and knocked it over the bar.
15 minutes to go and get them off the field.
There's the final was for Brendan, and a very easy victory. They end up 3-15.
So Martin Regan here with me, manager of the victorious Naomh Conaill team. Martin, after a fairly nervous start, maybe in the first 5 or 10 minutes, you seemed to assert your control in the game and went on well from there.
Yeah, started very poorly now. I thought, as I said, we were 5 down early doors and could have been more. Oran McGuinness, I think it was, had another goal chance and did a couple of wides that should have kicked over. We could have been 6 or 7 down in the first few minutes, but when we settled, I thought we played well. Now the last 15-20 minutes, that first half, we played really well. It's probably the best we played this year, and the intensity was there, and we were getting turnovers high up the field, and we look more dangerous than we have these last couple of weeks. So definitely an improvement in that regard.
Yeah, Martin, listen, seen you playing a couple of times this year already, and you know you weren't really firing on all cylinders, but today I think you sent out a signal that, you know, you're back in business again. Obviously, you know, stronger with the likes of Ethan O'Donnell back with you. Big Ian Gallagher adds an awful lot in the middle of the park, and then the young fella's been really impressive, particularly Shea Malone today this evening had a really good game.
Shea was brilliant.
Yeah.
He's been since he joined us there a couple of months ago. He's been excellent and going really well in training. And he's supposed even to get Max in there tonight as well. Max was out the last couple of weeks with an injury, and I thought he'd done really well when he came on 20 minutes ago. And even Big Leo back as well. I thought Leo had a good impact when he came on as well. So he's a few weeks training behind him as well. So all them boys are adding to the panel, and you know that's important going forward because there will be injuries and games are coming thick and fast. So it's important to have them options. Yeah,
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, and I suppose, you know, prelim quarter-final job done now. It's on to the quarter-finals for real. You'll be able to go to O'Donnell Park tomorrow and have a look at maybe the games tomorrow and take it from there. But I'm sure happy enough with the way things are going for you now. A few injuries. Obviously, Kieran Thompson is going to be a huge loss for you, but that was impressive this evening.
It was, and look, I suppose the important one was that we didn't pick up any injuries, because an injury at this stage, you know, it rules you out the week after. So I think we got through tonight with no major injuries, which is important as well. So hope we'll see what the draw brings now tomorrow.
Well, you're in the hat anyway, Martin. Congratulations.
Cheers,
enjoy the evening. Okay.